Hey everybody, this is my first impressions of Way of the Samurai 3. Um, Big fan of the first two PS2 games, and been looking forward to this game. Didn't want to pay the full price. Heard a lot of bad reviews. Of course, there were bad reviews for the first two games. And it came down to 20 bucks on Amazon, so I went ahead and picked it up. But I think the main reason a lot of people don't like this is they're either not a fan of the samurai genre, they mistake it for a fighting game or something, or they just don't want to put the time and effort into a complex samurai role-playing game, which is what this is. I would say it's way more complex than the first two games. It's more dialogue. Uh, you don't really start out with a lot of combat like you did in the first two games. The storyline is much more cooler, I think, than the first two games. The first two games, you're just kind of a master or samurai walking into town. This, you're the last survivor of this great battle, and you're the last surviving member of your clan. You have these two villagers that come up and basically take you back to town to be nursed back to health. That red little icon on the side there is if you want to pull out your sword, which would make the two villagers run away in fear. But yeah, you can pretty much choose whether you want to be good or evil in this game. You're going to be penalized if you just start killing everybody, so that's not the way to go. But yeah, you have different types of missions in this game. It's not like the other two where it's mostly just fighting. You have stuff like you have to find items, you have to go say something, apologize for something for somebody else, or scare somebody without killing them. I've only played like the first hour of this game so far, and it's different. It's a bit different. Just the world is a little bit, well, a lot bigger than the last two games. You've got like a village and an outpost, a castle. I think there's another village in there, but there's a lot more characters to talk to this time around. I know some people have been complaining about the graphics being PS2 quality. I don't know if I would say. I think they're a little bit above PS2 quality. They're not the best that the Xbox can do, certainly, but sometimes it almost seems like this was a game that was slated for the PS2 and it got transferred to the Xbox, but by no means are the graphics awful. I think they look pretty good. It's a step above the PS2, but maybe not by a lot. Just like in the last two games, you can get new swords, new various food items. You might be able to get different armor. I might be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that one. I think the dialogue is a little bit more involved. You usually have like 3 or 4 different choices. I would say the dialogue is a lot more weird Japanese humor type dialogue. Like this one old woman I went up to, she's like, can you help me find my favorite pair of underpants? That's like actual mission they have you go on to find this old woman's underpants, which is ridiculous. And yeah, it's a lot more weirder, funny dialogue. Had one guy talk about being stung by a bee on the bottom, and I would say there's a lot more characters to interact with in this game than the previous two. But yes, not the type of game you're gonna be able to get into right away. It takes a while to figure out what you're supposed to do. You have to be willing to put a lot of time into it. It's pretty much a samurai role-playing game. I would say if you played the first two and liked them, then definitely check this one out. If you're a fan of role-playing games, check it out. And me personally, I wouldn't pay a full $50 or whatever the brand new price is now. I'm sure, just like Amazon, some of these other stores will come down in price too, because I don't think anybody's buying this game so far. But personally, I liked it. You do learn new fighting moves and techniques after a while, and so yeah, I recommend it. So check it out if you can find it for a good price.